Take a chance. Your mother did.
This week on iletunes, we'll celebrate Cinco de Mayo while celebrating an ECMA win, plus an island Mi'kmaq rapper will B-Noq you out. Yous ready, PEI? Let's get her done! Hello, Prince Edward Island. I am your host, Adam Michael James, and you are listening to iletunes for the week of May 5th, 2024. It's hard to believe we're knee-deep into spring already. But I guess I have to believe it since the weeds starting to come up in my garden are providing undeniable proof. May 5th is also, of course, Cinco de Mayo, and I've got a tangy sauce full of Latin and Latin-flavored island music for you to dip your tortilla chips into. Hold the telefono, though, because in this restaurant, you get the dinner before you get the appetizer. Comprende, amigos? PEI has been going ECMA crazy since Wednesday, and that's only natural since the East Coast Music Awards have been going on in full swing, from peripheral concerts to the main trophy-giving events. As of this moment, in front of the iletunes microphones, only one awards ceremony has taken place. The other happens Sunday, once this episode is already out. So while I'd envision being able to play you a good number of Island Award winners, that number is down to 2. And Jen Grant is among them, but alas, I don't have any of her music yet. I like to ask permission, thank you. That means we're actually down to 1, and what a 1! Ever since they hit the island music scene with their debut album in 2017, they've been racking up awards. And fans, who can count their home countries as Australia, New Zealand, Japan, the UK, Mexico, the States, and Canada, duh. Their specialty is taking the sound of modern folk, which is already in a state of evolution, and adding to that evolution by weaving pop and dance into its DNA. And while bandmate Cody Chasen passed away as their most latest album was being developed, the remaining duo pressed on and released last year's Safe in Sound album, which includes Cody's work and won for ECMA's Group Recording of the Year. Who else could I be talking about but the East Pointers? And here's a cut from that album that I would guess most illustrates their reaction to the accolade, Best Surprise. It's ECMA award winning, and it's on iletunes.
Go on, break all your plans, all your minds, and your men. Write your names in the sand till they're washed out again. You came out of the blue, almost too good to be true. Couldn't have planned it better even if I wanted to. You were the best surprise. time will tell. Needing you now, time will tell. You never came back for me, wouldn't leave me inside. Standing here just a broken man, building back on my broken plan. The hammer and my nail in hand, building back from where I stand. Building back from where I stand. You never came back for me, wouldn't leave me behind. Needing you now more than I can say. I cannot relive that day. Lost the shadows to the dark. Lost the hype of my heart. Lost the hype of my heart.
Dave Woodside with All Men's Well from his 2019 album The Long and the Short on All Tunes. Dave's not short on entertainment experience. He was already cutting his teeth as a kid over at Avonlea Village and in Feast Dinner Theater productions. He graduated to gigging with Tim Chasen, fitting since their songs were back-to-back here. And now that it's warming up, you can count on seeing Dave at gigs all over the island in the coming months. He'll even do weddings, if you ask nice. Try asking on yourpeiwedding.com. Animals migrate. That's just a National Geographic fact. People animals do it too. Songstress Kira came to PEI from Syracuse, New York, and in her moving van she brought with her an R&B pop sound that's all hers, which she plugs into what she calls an empowering boss babe energy. While she counts Beyonce, Brandy, and Lizzo as influences, she says her artistry is, quote, inspired by love, heartbreak, motivation, and confidence, unquote. I think you'll hear all of those in these next few minutes. All Tunes brings you Animal from Kiera. Migrate to it.
Don't you test my gangster, not a savage, I'm an animal. Good girl on a bully, don't mean nothing, it's collateral. Don't test my gangster, I won't let up. Foot on your neck, blood, in my Adidas. Don't you test my gangster, not a savage, I'm an animal. Good girl on a bully, don't mean nothing, it's collateral. Don't test my gangster, I won't let up. Foot on your neck, blood, in my Adidas, like whoa. Jackson, I wish I would've known way back then. My breaking point would be this time. I fell in way too deep, lost my mind. You did me dirty plenty times. I got the mop with me. We roll a hella deep. You think we just pretty, but we got that glizzy. Start the ignition, put the gear in position. 150 on the dash, down the Ave in my Burberry mascot. I'm tiptoeing down your block. Jesus, peace on me to the edge, you push me off. Never in my life would I thought you'd be my up. Look what you created, a beast with no limits. Don't you test my gangster, not a savage. savage, I'm an animal. Good girl on a bully, don't mean nothing, it's collateral. Don't test my gangster, I won't let up. Foot on your neck, blood in my Adidas. Don't you test my gangster, not a savage, I'm an animal. Good girl on a bully, don't mean nothing, it's collateral. Don't test my gangster, I won't let up. Foot on your neck, blood in my Adidas. Like whoa, yeah. Like whoa, foot on your neck, you should really run faster. I gave me away one too many times. I'm depleted, yeah, I'm deprived. Deep inside, I'm so empty, only running on those false promises that you made me. In that dark liquor, you know it makes me think. Eye for an eye, all the tears I cried, all my wasted time. You know the payment's due. It's time to collect. Foot out on your neck. Show me some respect, I'm your worst nightmare. I'm tiptoeing down your block. Jesus, peace on me to the edge. You push me off. Never in my life what I thought should be my up. Look what you created. A beast with no limits. Yeah. Yeah.
The Conquering Kiera, showing us her animal side with Animal on iTunes. Kiera came through the Holland College School of Performing Arts. Just so happens I did an All Sopa episode here a couple of weeks ago. Check it out if you haven't already. It's up on YouTube, Spotify, and the like. Coming up, 4 songs to mark Cinco de Mayo and a knockout punch from B-Noq. You know, for a province that makes up 0.1% of Canada's total land area, there's a lot of friggin' history in this place. Here to tell you about it is, well, me, in this portion of the show called This Week in PEI History. May 7th, 1873, James C. Pope, Thomas Haviland, and George W. Howland, having traveled to Ottawa to meet with the Dominion government about PEI joining Confederation, had a meeting with the Governor-General on this date about this exact issue. May 9th, 1764, Lord Egmont, who had proposed to the king that PEI be divided into 50 equal parts, 40 of which would be granted to prospective landowners who would owe 20 pounds sterling to the crown each year, and 10 of which would be granted to himself, finally got the answer to his land-splitting proposal. Nah. May 11th, 1970, Jean Canfield became the first woman to be elected to the Prince Edward Island legislature. She was re-elected twice before losing her election in 1979. And you know that big government building on Great George that's across from Noodle House? That's the Jean Canfield Building, of course, named in her honor. It opened in 2007.
Hey everybody, this is Kelly Mooney and you're listening to iletunes.
Pero ellos no quieren transformar. Siempre están en hangar, le escribimos carta a lo grande. Lo usamos sobre letra cortante. Qué gracia que me da que andan diciendo que han visto más. A regresar 10 pasos atrás. No te das cuenta que yo soy igual a vos 10 años atrás. No me dejan respirar. Ya no quiero comentar. O de pronto sí quiero largar, decírtelo todo de verdad. Pero ¿por dónde empiezo? Si no comienzo, no crezco, no como, no duermo. No me gusta renegar, es una pena. Me dice lo mismo que decía ella. Me lastimas por necesidad. Te hace falta un blanco al que lanzar. Necesito intimidad. transformar. Ruegan que me quede en línea sin ser parte de la fotografía observadora. Niña linda, necesito la realeza en esta pieza. Si no estoy te vas a dar cuenta que hay una ausencia. No me gusta renegar, es una pena. No te escucho a vos ni la escucho a ella. Necesito intimidad, me lastimas por necesidad. Tengo todo que ganar, soy incomprensible y ahora me tienes que cambiar. Y pensé que estabas conmigo en esto. Pensé que estabas conmigo en esto. Pensé que estabas conmigo en esto. Y que pensé que estabas conmigo en esto.
Syncing up our Cinco de Mayo inception on iTunes with Guiza. That's their song, De Verdad. Really? No, for real. In Spanish, really is De Verdad. And the truth of Guiza is that they're a trio featuring Luisa F. Guiza. She's from Colombia, Villavicencio more specifically, and she pulls a lot of inspiration from the people of that hometown and their stories. Last summer saw the release of their album, The Answer, and that answer came in the form of a nomination this year for Music PEI's Achievement in World Music Award. Now, admit it, when you think of Cinco de Mayo, you're envisioning guzzling some Coronas or a margarita, maybe eating an enchilada, but that's not even what it's about. No. You see, in 1861, the French tried to invade Mexico by coming in through the coastal city of Veracruz. Scoring a victory there, they were moving on to Mexico City when, in Puebla, about 130 kilometers from the capital, they met heavy Mexican resistance despite having a bigger army, and, well, they followed and found out because the Mexicans kicked their culatas on May 5th, 1862, and it's the Battle of Puebla that's acknowledged every year as Cinco de Mayo. Turns out in Mexico, it's more of a ceremonial observance with parades and reenactments and whatnot. The whole celebration of Mexican culture thing is actually more popular in the States, and the association with beer and tequila happened because of an ambush of advertising in the 1980s. But what are you going to do? We celebrate Valentine's Day with candies and flowers, and that has nothing to do with a guy getting killed for helping persecuted Christians. I'm just saying. Admittedly, I do see a disparity in playing a song featuring a singer from Colombia for a Mexican holiday, but hey, Spanish is the official language in both countries, and as yet the island only has so many Spanish-language singers. We do have Cayo Luis and Diana Delirio, but I just played them on the Sopa Show 2 weeks ago, so we gotta work with what we got. And it's time to get to work with a double shot of this next artist. In 1996, Paul Bernard formed Este Mundo, a group that specialized in instrumentals heavy on Spanish styles, but also incorporating classical, jazz, and pop. To say they were a hit is accurate, since they won for Instrumental Group of the Year at the ECMAs in 1999. Happy 25th award anniversary! I think their work would not sound out of place at a Cinco de Mayo festejo in Mexico, and in any case, Este Mundo certainly dives deep into that country's rich form of musicianship. From their 1998 album Isla Rosada, this is the highly appropriate Espirito Español, as we get into the spirit of an
iTunes Rock Block.
Este Mundo, finishing up an iTunes rock block with Rumba de la Noche. That is from their 2005 album Tres Guitarras. The other two in the Tres are Trevor Campbell and Chris Smith, who himself released a hard rock record last year. Este Mundo founder Paul Bernard opened a guitar academy and studio in the mid-'80s, and in 1988, Paul released his first solo album. Eventually, he picked up a Stompin' Tom Award for his efforts. While the Parkinson's disease he's been very open about now prevents him from performing live or even speaking, Paul delivered a moving musical tribute to his friend, the late Dan Steele, who was the event coordinator for the island's yearly Pedaling for Parkinson's ride. For more information about that event or to donate, visit pedalingforparkinson.ca. You didn't think we'd go through a Cinco de Mayo celebration and island song and not feature someone who's actually Mexican, did you? Full disclosure, we got lucky with this dude, and not just because of his heritage. He came to the island from Cuernavaca, Mexico to study guitar at Holland College, and not only did he find himself jamming in live shows, session musician style, he became the guitarist for the boiling lava-hot band La Funk. Nicolas Romero, who mostly goes by Nico, but also the pseudonym Enroyd, has also released some solo work with more of a dance slant, and this is one of those offerings. Yeah, it's in English, so what? This is what life is for, because PEI music is what isletunes is for.
decide if you wanna leave it. And that's what life is for. Life is the more you live it. Your friends don't make you believe it. You decide if you wanna leave it. And that's what life is for. Life is for. Life is for. Life is for. And that's what life is for.
Nico. That's Nicolas Romero with his single What Life Is For, closing out this iTunes Cinco de Mayo fiesta. Kind of gives you the idea that celebrating is what life is for. That Nico is deaf in one ear because of an abnormality at birth called bilateral congenital oral atresia and microtia, and still pursued his dream of becoming a musician, well, as Nico himself has said, if he can do it, you can do it. Still to come, the brashness of B-Noq, the trippiness of meditation onslaught Starlet, and the telling timeness of Aubin Pila SAB. If you're hearing high-volume rumbling around the province, it's not just people breaking out their riding mowers to tackle the grass for the first time this year. It's stages coming alive with bands also coming out of similar mothballs. Grab your pens or your notes app on your phone and get ready to take down who's playing where with gigs to dig across Prince Edward Island. Thursday, May 9th, Island Jazz plays TV themes with Kelly Mooney at Baba's Lounge. Friday, May 10th, Vishten, a cinematic preview of their Vishten Connexion album and CD launch is happening at City Cinema. Saturday, May 10th, it's the Sirens Into the Spin concert at Park Royal United in Charlottetown. Looking into next week, May 12th, it's the Dolly Parton Mother's Day tribute with Kelly Mooney, Keelan Wedge, and Christine Cameron at the Trailside Music Hall. May 15th, the Jack Pine Folk Club with host Shane Pendergast, featuring the Old Beef String Band and Dennis McKenzie are at the Poorhouse. May 17th, Jeannie and Charles throw an album launch party at the Poorhouse. May 18th, it's Vishten, a cinematic preview of their Vishten Connexion album and CD launch that's moving to Mont Carmel Parish Hall in Mont Carmel. Also on the 18th, it's Denny and Benny, Dennis Ellsworth and Benny Vaughn at the Harmony House in Hunter River. And finishing up May 18th, it's Lady Soul's 10th anniversary concert at the Poorhouse.
Hey yo, from the streets to the dunes, you're now rocking with the Prototype live on iTunes, you dig?
iTunes F-bomb alert!
In with the new, out with the old. They say, Brody, you roll. You should quit, probably. I just continue to tell him to suck my dick until my shit is floppy. Try and stop me. I've been on my shit since 9-6. I am from the bottom, I am from the violence. Nothing but this bottle up, this rum for guidance. I am from a whole generation of kids with nothing inside them, and I can feel that there's something off. I can't hide it. Don't try to fight it, the thought of dying, it doesn't bother us. Suicide is kinda enticing, to be brutally honest. Hell is probably warmer than the climate I was forced to survive, and ain't nobody on my block that's been poorer than I've been. If you're not where I'm from, shove a cork in its silence. This life is torturous, violent. Misfortunate child, misguided, selling quarters to elders. What more can I tell you? This type of life will leave you inside a morgue or a cell. No remorse, I can tell. So tell me, Trudeau, what you know about going to sleep when it's 30 below. No propane or oil, the element in your stove gone. No proper insulation, so now you got mold in your lungs. Lay woke, with no feeling inside of my toes, it's gone. So when I see you in your bitch in the Porsche with your Michael Kors diamonds, the fortune you're pawning from our resources, I'm wildin'. Why I'm still pouring, you're shining. Hope your Lord can tell me why I have to resort to these crimes. My belly's been sore for a while, so don't tell me to smile or get over it. I will never forget the crimes against my people you conspired to kill. All the lies that you hide with your guilt. While the numbers are climbing, we will rediscover land that you've been living on prior. Rebuild the empire your people set fire to first. North America's nightmare, yeah, I am your worst. I'm about to fight for what's rightfully mine. Every line of my verse, reimburse my people for the pain and hurt you caused us. Return to liquor, liquor turned us into alcoholics, fooled us into silent shit, and broke the promises, dishonor treaties, still sustaining profits off the land you gained dishonestly. So don't taunt me, dog. You know that you ain't built for this. You don't got my blood. You don't feel this shit. I'm about it any place or wherever. I got more anger than ever. Just imagine my people playing golf on the graves of your elders. Churches raping babies, making babies to toss them in the furnace. The smell must have been something only a monster could weather. Ignorance is bliss. You can't save yourself unless you gave a fuck about the pain and struggle that we face here on the daily, on the res. Help me before the government comes and kills me for the shit I said.
It's in your face, and that's where it belongs. All-new rapper B-Noq makes you face Kill the Indian from his 2019 album Res on All Tunes. Res, of course, refers to reservation, one of which he grew up on in Scotchford, and he's rightly taken it upon himself to tackle his experiences of racism and poverty in his music, which has helped him battle back from a rough childhood caused by intergenerational trauma stemming from the residential schools. B-Noq wants to continue documenting his story through hip-hop, which I'm sure he'll undoubtedly do on his next record, which I'm to understand is still in the construction stage. When it drops, you're going to hear it here. Switching gears a little bit, we're going to go from rap to, well, I'm not sure what this is. I do know it's as trippy as all get out. The group is Meditation Onslaught Starlet, and if it sounds like the name came from a vigorous game of magnetic poetry, their tunes kind of sound like they did too. That's because the MOS repertoire is less structure and more ambient jam session. The duo of Josh Zaff and Jeff Smith, you might know Jeff from the local AC/DC tribute group High Voltage, goes with the flow and plays off each other, sometimes adding vocals to their on-the-spot creations, sometimes bringing in additional musicians to riff with, like they did here with Trevor Lowe Clements of the Barncat Poetry Beat, who provided percussion and also this recording. The MOS doesn't have any of their stuff officially preserved on albums, not yet anyway, which is what makes this coverage of their January 2023 live session all the more special. This is Meditation Onslaught Starlet with the unpretentiously titled MOS Jam 1. It's on iTunes. It's magnetic.
I'm just super happy that I don't also have to make beats.
Meditation Onslaught Starlet with a live jam from 2023 on iTunes. For those keeping track, I usually give you an interview at this part of the show, and I tried to line one up, but it just didn't happen. So I could either put on another iTunes flashback interview, or I could put on more music. Therefore, for this episode, I decided, how about more music? Aren't you the lucky one? You want janky? I'm going to give you janky. At least that's the word rockers au Bampila SAB use to describe their energetic music. The SAB in the name means Sea Can Band, which initially formed in Iqaluit in 2019. But co-founder Riel Gallant brought the jankiness to Abram Village from there and reinvented the group with a new lineup that includes Robbie Gallant and Shane Arsenault. If rock can be fun, these guys pull it off, and in French at that. From their 2022 album Yuhs, which picked up a Prix de l'Acadie nomination from Music PEI, this is Aubin puis le SAB on iTunes with 10 après 8, a perfect time to get janky.
Well, il était 10 après 8 dans mon format. Réveillé, c'était mes bodies qui towering. J'avais dormi toute la journée. Avait besoin de chucker de bien. La liquor store était fermée. So j'ai starté à penser. Puisque je pourrais m'en trouver. Là, j'ai commencé à worrier. Quand j'avais pas grand cash. Mon Sapphire connaît mal. Y'avait pas grand dans la tête. 20 après 8, j'ai aidé ça à mode cric. Jusqu'il y avait un petit mieux que j'achetais de quand j'avais 18. Mais quand j'ai pullé up the driveway, la maison est abandonnée. J'ai dit, well, fuck it, so calme, pas su le point d'où aider. Va t'en allant jusqu'au Ferrand, les back road Saint-Raphaël. Si le pape nu des bois, il nous vendrait une case. À 8h30, j'ai vu du monde. Tu Louis, but Claude Pache, il était là, pis il disait qu'il voulait me piocher. So j'ai kiffé en de truquer. Coupé par Saint-Timothée, mais c'était de la Denville. Puis je m'ai presque stocké, but quand j'étais fan, les O4, j'ai mis sur 103.9. Ryan me textait, y'avait débarqué off la glace. Well, il était presque quart pour 9, j'avais pas même une case de bière. Y'avait personne à la maison, pis le son de Firefox, il disait pas de rendu à Max et vide. J'ai vu des lights en dessus la squid, but quand j'ai rentré en terre, m'a dit fuck off, t'as au cœur, j'ai mis 5 piastres de gaz sur Zeno. Pis là, t'es avec le nez, la burn était ouvert, but j'voulais pas voir mon nom. C'était 8h56, j'ai pris une droite avant l'église, mais une Milan Saint-Gilbert, y'avait une petite clou sur la whiz, et tiens ben content de me voir, vouliant que je reste pour une game card. J'ai dit je veux juste une dizaine de bières, puis je te paierai le reste demain. Il a dit non, y'a pas de credit, je t'en donnerai que 18. J'ai dit fan de moi ça, là j'ai hâté les O-rings. À 10 après 9, j'ai eu une call bœuf, y'a des choses tout dans le dressing room. Puis j'en donne de mon soif, j'ai dit worry pas, j'suis on my way, environ coin Île-de-la-Ville. Là j'ai mis ça à la place, mais c'est 110 ça va à l'école. Then j'ai vu des lights rouge pis bleu dans mon oui.
got a decent education. Too busy working out on the streets. Her eyes are tired now, ran out of tears to cry. And she asked us why. You don't have to worry, baby. I'm already on my way. So close your eyes and just remember, I'm only a phone call away. Take a step back, what I used to be like. On the click now, you're hooked in the limelight. Oh, it's what you always wanted. Give it all back, don't follow your dream. I'm not sure idea of a silver screen. And so, the laughing times of 17. One day she met a man who promised fortune and fame. Took a bus to her destination, was greeted by a familiar face. She felt secure with him. She didn't realize it would cost her her life. Put down the phone, please stop calling. I'm so sick of all your games and quit pretending that you're in danger. I won't fall for this one again. Take a step back, what I used to be like. How the quit now, you're hooked in the limelight. Oh, it's what you always wanted. Give it all back, don't follow your dream. I'm not your idea of a silver screen. And so, the laughing times of 17. Laughing times of 17. The sky was cloudy on the day the body was found. Face down on the broken pavement, there was blood all over the ground. A knock heard on the door, the clock read 1:59. He knew something wasn't right. Hate to be the one to tell you, found her dead in Outback Alley. I'm so sorry that this is happened. He looked down with tears in his eyes. He looked down with tears in those eyes. You must have made a mistake. Please tell me it's just a prank. Can't believe that she's really gone. It's all my fault, it's all my fault. Take a step back, what I used to be like. How the quit now, you're hooked in the limelight. Oh, it's what you always wanted. Give it all back just to follow your dream. I'm not your idea of a silver screen. And so, the laughing times of 17. Laughing times of 17. Laughing times of 17.
That is the Sidewalks on iTunes with 17 from their 2013 album Better Late Than Never. Again, of course, the follow-up to 2009's Better Late Than Never. Boy, do I understand that axiom. The Walks define their music as skullternative, and they've played it in front of Kiss's Gene Simmons and gotten it on live with Regis and Kelly. Even though it's been 11 years since they put out a full album, they did release an independent single, Porcelain, in 2020. That's going to do it for another week, Islanders. Was it good for you? It was good for me. If you want to comment on the show or make a suggestion or a request for that matter, do so by voicemail at 902-807-4250 or email at amj@isletunes.ca. You can also reach me via iTunes' Facebook and Instagram pages, where, among egregious self-promotion, I post links to where y'all can buy the songs you hear on here from week to week. Come follow and share the hell out of my stuff. Oh, and if you fancy doing up an Islanderism to kick off an episode like Justin Dwarin did for this one, send me a recording of yourself via any of the aforementioned content method. Come on. I'm waiting. Making a podcast episode happen every week does not happen for free, so if you'd like to help a podcaster out, you can send a donation through PayPal. The appropriate link is on both isletunes.ca and up as a pinned post on the iTunes Facebook page and also in the description of this episode wherever you're listening to the show. Or you can become a subscriber on Patreon, where $5 a month gets you access to tons of long-form video interviews with island artists and some clips of their performances. I just posted Tara McLean singing at the Music PEI Awards, and there's more to come for absolute sure. All of that is on patreon.com/isletunes. Musical contribution to the iTunes theme by Kaylin McCauley and John Hashem. Show concept by Rocky O'Neill. Coordination assistance by Jackie Robichaux. I'm Adam Michael James, and El Podcast ha terminado. Yup, the Cinco de Mayo Homage Plus is wrapped, hopefully in a nice warm tortilla. One Sunday from now, assuming there are more ECMA winners from PEI to be had, you'll hear them. Plus, what do you know? It's going to be Mother's Day, so I think we'll do some songs either about mothers or by mothers. I guess you could say it's going to be a mother of a show. And like your mother probably didn't tell you but should have, be good. And if you can't be good at it. See you next week.